Sa isang bansang puno ng ingay ng politika at kontrobersya, sino ang nagsasabi ng totoo? Sino ang nasa panig ng bayan? Welcome to Bayang Pinas, ang news channel na hindi takot maglatag ng katotohanan. Dito, pinag-uusapan natin ang mga isyong may kinalaman sa kinabukasan mo, politika, pamahalaan, at ang tunay na kalagayan ng ating bansa. Hindi kami bayad, hindi kami bulag. Sa Bayang Pinas, ang boses ng mamamayan ang tunay na headline. Kaya kung sawang-sawa ka na sa mga baluktot na impormasyon at scripted na kwento, dito ka na. Dito sa Bayang Pinas, tayo ang bantay at boses ng bayan. Kung gusto mong manatiling mulat at informed, don't forget to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe dahil sa panahon ngayon, ang kaalaman ay kapangyarihan. Ito ang Bayang Pinas, balitang totoo, pusong makabayan para sa sambayanang Pilipino. Tara na't alamin ang tunay na balita.
Nasira na yung ulo kakaisip ng palusot. Binanatan ni Nabotas Representative Toby Chanco si Rep. Alfredo Garbin kasunod ng umano'y pagdepensa sa kapwa ako Bicol Party List Representative na si Zaldico. Nasangkot ang pangalan sa umano'y flood control project. Naku, yari ka dyan. Eto ha. Una nang hinimok ni Tiangco si Garbin na huwag ilihis ang issue nang punahin ni Garbin ang pondo ng Nabotas sa flood control. Sagot ka rin kasi kaugnay dun sa flood control ng Nabotas. Banatan mo siya, Congressman Toby Chanco, para wala silang mabanat sa'yo, no? Ilabas mo, sabihin mo, hindi ko alam yan. Siningit yan. Tapos, basta hindi ko alam, sabihin mo. Ano na to, Congressman ka? Nakita mo yung GAA. Alam ka naman, di mo titignan ng GAA, di ba? Siyempre, check mo yung GAA. Nakalato ko, ba't merong pondo sa ano ko? Sa distrito ko, di ko naman request to. Magpalusot ka, Brad. Ito, ayon kay Garbin, nasa 525 million ng pondo para sa mga flood control projects sa Nabotas ang napunta sa ilan sa top 15 contractors na dawis sa GOS at substandard na mga proyekto, kabilang ang St. Timothy Construction Corp ng mag-asawang Curly at Sara Diskaya. Marami pang matinong congressman, hindi ko lang alam kung bakit isinasakripisyo ang integridad sa institusyon para pagtakpan ang kasalanan ng ilan, patutsada ni Tiangco sa isang pahayag. Ito kasing si si Garbin, understood na yan. Aso yan ni Kayo naman, Congressman Toby Tiangco, wag na ho kayong magtaka. Anak ng tokwa, maliwanag pa sa sikat ng araw na aso yan ni Hayaan nyo na, ganun talaga buhay, di ba? Kayo naman, wag na tayong maglokohan dito. Yang si Garbin, aso yan ni Zaldico. Lahat ng depensa gagawin yan para maprotektahan yung kanyang amo. Kayo naman, wag na tayong maglokohan dito, okay? Maliwanag pa sa sikat ng araw na yang si Tiangco ay na yang si Garbin, aso yan ni Zaldico. Ano pa bang meron tayo dito? Pasadahan na natin ng dire-diretso itong ating mga breaking news. Ika nga. Ito, mga undercard muna tayo. Nako! Sinibak ko sa pesto bilang tagapagsalita ng PNP itong si Pahardo. At ilinagay ho siya sa itinalaga sa Eastern Mindanao. Nako, yari ka dyan, madam. Nasa Eastern Mindanao ka. Kung ako sa'yo, magpakabait ka kasi maraming galit sa'yo dyan sa Mindanao. Naknanto ka, kinakausap ka ni Senator BG, ayaw mo sumagot Ngayon, dyan ka sa Mindanao magpaliwanag. Ano pa ba meron tayo dito, Ano pa ba meron tayo dito? Ayun! Yan ang gusto ko. Ano ba sabi nitong si Torre? Nick Torre para Senado 2028. Nako. Yan na nga ba sinasabi natin? Sabi nitong si Attorney Ruwen Nagwanson, ayoko siyang senador. Romualdez for President, Torre for Vice President sa 2028. Palakpakan. Kailangan nung suportahan ng mga siraulo. Pinakauna susuporta dyan si Garbin. Hoy, Torre, meron ka ng isang taga-suporta, si Garbin. At itong si Zaldico. Yan, si Martin Romualdez. Sigurado susuportahan ka ng mga yan. Ayun na nga mga kababayan, rekta na ho tayo. dito kay Manong Chavit Singson, tapos pasadahan natin ang mabilisan. Itong naging interview nitong si Secretary Vince Dizon dito kay Ma'am Pinky Web. Kesyo, ang sinasabi ni Vince Dizon dito na marami pa daw, marami pa daw mababait, marami pa daw matitino. Ano to? Sinasabi natin. Marami pa daw hong matitino diyan sa DPWH. Ba't puro sira-sira yung mga proyekto nila kung maraming matitino? Di ako naniniwala dyan sa sinasabi na yun ni Vince Dizon. Sigurado natin dito, maraming matakaw dyan sa DPWH. Dito na ho, kay Manong ano na tayo, Manong Chavit. Game, Manong Chavit, ano ho ito SMNI, gikan sa masa at ang mag-i-interview sa kanya, itong si Sir MJ Mondihar. Palakpakan ho natin, isa sa mga inaabangan ho natin yan. Mahusay mag-interview si Sir MJ. Game?
Sir, anong mensahe mo ngayon sa ating mga kababayan?
Yun ho. Ayan Sir MJ Mondiar, palakpakan natin. SMNI subscribe ho kayo. Isa ho yan sa mapagkakatiwalaan nating network. Walang kabayas-bayas. Ika nga kung ano. Ika nga as is where is. Kung asan yung balita, kung ano yung balita, yun ang ipapalabas nila. No sugarcoating. No, ika nga, no diversionary tactics. Kung ano ang importanteng mapag-usapan, kung ano ang importanteng malaman, yun ho ang kanilang binabalita. Saludo, SMNI.
Umaasa po na bago or mga user umaasa na mas magandang Pilipinas sa ilalim ng kasalukuyang panahon, sir.
Well, kailangan kumilos tayo, sama-sama tayo lahat at pag-usapan natin kung paano pa makakatulong o maayos ang ating bansa dahil talaga sobra na ang nangyayari. Ito na siguro ang pinakamalaking mga corruption na administration.
Nako, at galing yan dito kay Manong Chavit Singson. Palakpakan ho natin, pinakamalaking korupsyon sa kasaysayan ng Pilipinas. Nagsalita na ho. Itong si Manong Chavit. Pinapakinggan ho yan sa Ilocos. O sa Visayas, sa Mindanao, wala kayong pakialam si Chavit. Kaya dito kay Manong Chavit, pag nagsalita yan, sa Ilocos, sa Norte, pinapakinggan yung mama na yan. Baka akala nyo Pagka sinabi niya, pagka nagsalita yan ng ganyan, mayroong bigat sa mga mayor, sa mga opisyal ng mga local government official dyan sa Norte, yung mama na yun. Maimpluwensya ho yan.
So, nararamdaman nyo rin, sir, yung burden. Ilan na kayo nakakakita over the top of the dome sa mga problema ng bayan. Kasi, sir, marami talagang Pilipino ang kailangan ng tulong ngayon.
Oo, talaga maghihirap tayo kung di hintuan to maraming mga grabe corruption, mga kalukuhan ng mga ang batas natin at mga leaders natin. So, nasa mga leaders na natin to. Kung hindi kikilos ang mga leaders natin, tayong kikilos sa baba.
Sir, mensahe po ninyo sa mga Pilipino, sir. Ating mga kababayan.
Sa ating
Narinig mo ba yun, Marcos Jr.? Pagka hindi kumilos ang leader natin, tayo ang kikilos, tayo sa baba. Pero nang kinakabahan, tayo hindi naghihikayat ng kung ano pa mang kaguluhan. Mareresolve ho natin to sa mapayapang kaparaanan, ika nga. Peaceful protest, ika nga, di ba? Ika nga, ayusin ho natin to sa mapayapang kaparaanan.
mga kababayan at makikiusap po kami na mas anong mangyayari sa ating bansa, tulong-tulong po tayo para wag natin mapabayaan hanggang wala na tayo magawa. So, maski maraming problema, sama-sama pa rin tayo tumulong, lalong-lalo na sa mga mahirap, mga nangailangan. Kailangan wag tayo bumitaw.
Yan.
Dahil lalong tayong lulubog sa dami ng problema ng Pilipinas ngayon. Ang utang natin ngayon, 17 trillion, lumalaki pa. So, umutang pa sila. So, wala tayong pupunta kung hindi mabantayan itong mga utangin pa.
Yan, mga correct.
At
Hindi, manong plano daw nila mangungutang tapos pang pa-flood control nila. Uutang tayo, di ba? Uutang tayo. Utang tayo ng pera. Ngayon, ang gagawin nila doon sa inutang natin, itatapal natin sa flood control. Parang umutang tayo para meron silang nakawin. Ganon mo mga kababayan. Hindi na sila nasasatisfy doon sa ating kita sa Pilipinas, yung sa tax natin, yung kita ng pamahalaan. Hindi na sila nabubusog doon. Ngayon, yung kinikita natin, kulang na para nakawin nila. So ang gagawin nila, uutang sila para maipatong doon sa kita ng pamahalaan para mas marami silang manakaw. Ganun ho yung nangyayari dito. Nakaw, revenue, government revenue, pagsasamahin, flood control project. Yun ang mangyayari dyan. Sa maniwala ho ko sa hindi, yun ho ang kahihinatnan ng ating kaperahan sa Pilipinas.
Kung nagamit lang sana lahat yung mga pera ng Pilipinas, hindi abot na ganito ang utang natin.
Kung na-manage lang sana ng tama. Kung na-manage lang sana ng tama.
Oo, yun nga eh. Parang na-mismanage na lahat dahil nga ngayon lumalabas na, hindi lang korupsyon, ghost project na. Paulit-ulit na lang binabayaran yung mga proyekto. So, paano hindi nakita ito? Sa management yan.
Yun. Maliwanag ho ang mga banat nitong si Manong Chavit Singson sa management yan. O eto na. Pinakaabangan ng lahat, banat nitong si Lucas Bersamin dito kay Bonjing. Bonj, makinig ka, Bonj, ha?
Samantala, binanata ni Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin ang ilang kongresistang nagtatangka umanong ituro ang sisi sa ekotibo hinggil sa korupsyon. Ayon kay Bersamin, hindi kukonsentihin ang dami.
Yan sinasabi ko sa iyo, Brad. Huwag mong masyadong galingan yung delivery na nabubulol-bulol ka eh.
Ang anumang atake sa kanilang integridad at reputasyon, pati ang tangkang kontrolin ang pondo. Dagdag pa ni Bersamin, mawawala ng silbi ang mga investigasyon sa anomalya kung hindi tutumbukin ang mismong mga pinanggalingan ng korupsyon. Kaya banat niya sa mga kongresista, pakinggan ang mga Pilipino at unahing linisin ang Kamara. Sinabi yan ng kalihim matapos irekomenda ng party leaders sa Kamara na ibalik sa Budget Department ang panukalang budget para sa 2026. Pero binawi rin nila yan. Inutos na ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos sa DBM at DPWH na busisiin ang mga questionableng item sa panukalang pondo ng Public Works. Bago naman tumulak pa Cambodia kanina para sa kanyang 3-day visit, may iniwang mensahe si PBBM sa kanyang mga gabinete.
I hope lumamig na yung mga ulo ninyo.
Kaya pala wala ng congressman na nandiyan sa yung departure speech, bangag. Galit yung mga congressman sa'yo. Sa inyo daw nang galing, sa NEP daw nang galing. Pambira o.
But I will have to just say that I perfectly understand why you are feeling a little unjustly beleaguered.
Mga kapatid, Andre,
Tipong dadaanin ka dun sa mga mabubulaklak na salita na unjustly beleaguered. Yun, pagdating sa English na bokabularyo, siguro mahusay ka, pero hindi natin may kakailan na bangag ka. Okay na, magaling ka na mag-English lahat, pero sigurado ko dito, iyakin ka na presidente. Wala kang kwentang presidente. Pagka may problema, iiyakan mo imbis na solusyonan mo. Anak ng tao si tambalus-lus naman pala makakapagpaiyak sa'yo. Akala ko pa naman talagang tigas ka. Presidente, paiiyakin ka ng Speaker of the House. Ano kasinto-sinto, di ba? Eto na, rektaho tayo dito kay Mang Vince. Mang Vince Dizon ha. Ito si Mang Vince Dizon. Pakinggan ho natin interview niya. Dito kay Ma'am Pink. Ma'am Pink!
Secretary, new DPWH Secretary Vince Dizon. Secretary, good to have you.
Good evening.
I have to get used to it to DPWH Secretary Vince Dizon.
Believe me, I'm not used to it, Pinky.
Yeah, it's
I'm
only
not
been-
used to it yet.
How long has it been? 2 days, no?
2 days.
About 48 hours.
And only 6 months in DOTR. So
Yeah.
it's been a roller coaster.
It has surely, and you started this, you hit the ground running asking for courtesy resignations of undersecretaries, ASECs, division heads, and district engineers.
And regional directors also.
And regional directors. First of all, has anyone submitted their courtesy
Yes,
resignations?
I think we have received some. We just did our formal turnover today. I just came from DPWH and I was with Secretary Bonoan, and some of the undersecretaries were there. Not all, because some were also called to the congressional hearing
Right.
that was ongoing in the afternoon.
I was actually watching the turnover ceremony,
Yes.
and then there was a part there that they asked some of the undersecretaries to have a picture taken with you
Yes.
and the outgoing Secretary Bonon, and I was wondering how were they feeling being beside you when you were asking for their courtesy resignation?
You know, I think, you know, in fairness to career government officials, I think they're pretty used to something like this, you know, especially when there are new heads of agencies that come in. But I think asking for the courtesy resignations is really a way for the president to really make a statement to not just to DPWH, but really to the entire country that we're serious. No, because I asked the president about this right after the oath taking. I asked him what he thought about what I would do, and he said, we have to show the people we are serious, because he is very serious. And I think we've seen this since the SONA, where he spoke very emphatically about his frustration, his disgust over what he saw. And we saw it even more during his inspections of these flood control projects.
Which
where
you
he
joined,
saw,
in Bulacan.
I joined one.
In Bulacan.
It was just by chance, because I was with him in the graduation of the Philippine Merchant Marine Academy in Zambales, and he asked me to tag along and look at the two Kalumpit projects in Barangay Bulusan and Frances. And I don't know, maybe you noticed, Pinky, but I think everyone noticed that as the inspections of the president proceeded, he was getting visibly more frustrated, and especially during the last few ones, the one in the Ghost Project in
Yun na nga eh. Yun na nga nakikita namin. Kaso hindi nagmamaterialize. Yung tipong parang publicity stunt ang nangyayari. Galit ang Pangulo pero walang conversion ba, di ba? Kasi pagka ikaw nagalit, ika nga napuno na, mayroong conversion. Yung conversion na yon doon sa mga tauhan mo na under sa'yo, sa House of Representatives, pagpalagay na natin, wala kang babanatan dyan, wala kang liligwaking dyan. Pero yung mga tauhan mo sa DPWH, dapat merong, may kalalagyan sila. Kaso wala tayong nakitang conversion. Walang gumulong na ulo, di ba? Puro puro parinig, puro iyak, puro ganun lang eh. Anak ng toka kung hindi pa dito kay Bunuan, kung di pa magre-resign ng Petrang Garapata, di pa tatanggalin. Ganun kawalang bayag ang ating presidente. Kaya wag ko kayong magtaka kung hawak siya sa liig ng kanya asawa. Pambihira, presidente ka na't lahat-lahat, di mo naman kaano-ano yung mga sekretary na yan. Okay, kaibigan mo, pumalya. Sibakin mo, banatan mo, pakulong mo. Anak na to, gumawa ka ng kalokohan, presidente ako, di ka na nahiya sa akin, pinagkatiwalaan ka, kulong ka doon, di ba? Ganun lang naman. Walang conversion na ganun. Pinsan mo, Speaker of the House, gumawa ng kabalbalan, anong gagawin mo? Anak ng to, pinsan kita, ginawa kita speaker, tapos ganyan, bukas palit na yan. Kaso wala nga bayag, walang conversion nga eh. Puro galit, puro iyak. Iyak galit?
In Baliwag and the inspections in Baguio, it was more than frustration. It was already anger that we saw from the president. So,
in fact, he said angry.
Yeah, he is very angry at all of this, and he just told me that you have to clean house.
Okay, but the courtesy resignation.
You have to clean house. You have to clean house, anak ng toka. Sa'yo niya sinabi yun. Ano lang naman yung mga inahawakan mo dyan sa dyan sa DPWH, mga small time yan eh. Ba't di niya sabihan yung kanyang pinsan, you have to clean house. Diba? Kung merong pananagutan si Saldi ko, pauwiin mo siya dito. Visit.
Was that suggestion, did that come from the president, or was that something you thought of?
We discussed it. We discussed it as a,
all right.
Just to show not only the DPWH, but also the entire country that, this is serious. And the president will not stand for it.
Secretary, the question now is, how do you sift through who you retain, who you would oust, who you would trust and who you do not trust. I mean, at the end
That's
of the
a very
day,
difficult question.
you're the newbie coming in such a big
Yes. Pinky, thousands. I mean, DPWH is one of the biggest agencies in government, maybe only next to DepEd
yeah.
and the others, and maybe DOTR. No, pero tingin ko mas malaki ang DPWH.
DOTR kasi marami siyang ahensya.
Yes, ang
Sumasama siya
DOTR kasi, and it's, I think, it, by no means is DOTR an easy agency to manage, but because it's it's quite decentralized. You have LTO, LTFRB, CAAP, PPA. DPWH is one big, giant, centralized agency. I think that is the challenge. But I think that's a very difficult question, and I will need help. This is why I've asked for help from former DPWH secretaries. I've already been in touch with Senator Mark Villar, former DPWH secretary during the previous administration, and fortunately, I'm quite close to former DPWH Secretary Ping De Jesus,
Okay.
who's a fellow Kapampangan, and I'm also close to former Secretary Babe Singsons. In fact, I'm meeting them over the weekend. We're having breakfast.
All three of you,
No,
or just
only
the two?
only Secretary Ping and Secretary Babes, and then I'm meeting Secretary Villar sometime next week as well. So I think what I want to ask from them is, number one, who are the people who are still there that they feel can help in this massive wave of reform that the president wants to happen in DPWH? I think that's my question, because I truly believe that the vast majority of the people who are in DPWH are good people. They're good people, they're honest people, they're
I-address muna natin, tanggapin natin sa atin. Di ba lagi ko sinasabi yan, kung may problema, huwag nating i-sugarcoat. Huwag nating sabihin na maraming honest. Kung talagang maraming honest dyan, nakikita na nila na napakatalamak ng katiwalian, dapat nagsalita sila. Kaso sabay sa agos sila, ibig sabihin, hindi sila mga honest na tao. Anak ng toka, kitang-kita naman ho yun. Secretary Vince, na talagang napakatalamak ng korupsyon dyan sa DPWH. Tapos sasabihin mo, maraming mga honest dyan. Hindi kung maraming mga honest, marami din yung mga maaayos na infrastructure ng DPWH. Puro falsifikado Puro substandard Oh.
they're very competent people. But as in any organization, you always have bad eggs. No, but the key now is to find out who those people are, and how do we bring them in to take on more important roles
When you talk about the past,
and replace the bad.
when you talk about the past secretaries of the DPWH, the last being, of course, prior to Secretary Bonoan was
Secretary Villar, former
Senator, Senator
now
Mark
Senator
Villar.
Villar. Yes.
He quit the post because tumakbo ho siya,
Opo,
hindi ho ba?
opo.
What is the one thing you want to ask Senator Mark Villar about the DPWH?
Well, first of all, I want to get his input on personnel, because I think that is the most critical part of this reform wave that that the president wants to happen. Because it all starts with the people. I mean, there is no way a project can be a ghost project without people from within the DPWH consenting to that and allowing that to happen. No way. Hindi mangyayari yun. Somebody's got to sign the acceptance, somebody's got to sign the voucher, somebody's got to sign the check. If, for example, this project in Baliwan, in Bulacan, no, na talagang nakita na, wala. It was non-existent. No? Walang proyekto doon. Yung paulit-ulit ni Presidente, guni-guni lang. No? But the President showed receipts, meaning money was paid in full to these contractors.
For ghost projects?
No, for a project that does not exist.
Yeah.
So it starts with the personnel. And I think I will ask all the secretaries, who are the people that you can recommend to us that can take over these critical positions? District engineer, regional director, bureau heads.
But that's the question, sir. If the district engineer is possibly in cahoots with a regional director, who could also be in cahoots with somebody higher, how can you ask, let's say, someone like Senator Mark Villar, who to trust. Because can we assume, sir, that even in the past administrations, there was a lot
Yes.
of
Yes.
problems,
That's why I have to-
substandard, and even ghost projects, sir?
Absolutely. You know, as I was saying today, there's a lot of focus on the 2025 budget, Pinky. A lot of focus. But in reality, the 2025 budget is still in process. A lot of them are still, or most of them are still in the bidding process. So wala pa yun. No? And I think there's probably only a few that have actually begun the implementation. So hindi pa natin malalaman yung 2025. Kaya nga yung mga nakita ni Presidente sa Bulacan nung sumama ako sa kanya sa Kalumpit. Meron doon 2021, 2020, 2022. No, yung kasama niya si Mayor Magalong sa Baguio, yung rock shed na sinabi ng Pangulo natin, yung pera dito tinapon lang sa ilog to. Baguio wala to, kaya nga palitan to buo. 2018 pa daw yun.
Anak na to. Tinapon sa ilog. Oh. Ngayon, dapat palitan, hindi habulin. Kailangan ng...
Sabi ni Mayor Magalong. No? So, clearly, this goes several years back. But that's why I have to talk.
Sec Vince, ingat ho kayo. Baka mahirap na kasi, mahirap na eh. Ang pinag-uusapan ho kasi natin dito, walang problema, kalkalin natin yan, yung mga nangyari noong mga 2016 hanggang 2022. Wala tayong problema dyan. Ang issue natin dito, yung 23, 24, 25, unahin natin yun. Kasi doon sa panahon na yun, lumala ang baha. Naglabas tayo ng 1 trillion tapos walang napuntahan. Yun ang unahin natin. Huwag natin ilihis, huwag natin isisi kung kani-kanino. Alam ko naman, di mo sinisisi sa nagdang administration. Kasi ang focus natin dito, 23, 24, 25. Kaya nabuksan yung issue ng flood control na yan dahil napakaraming mga anomalyang project dito sa 3 taong budget na to. Sa nakalipas na 3 taong budget at itong budget ng kasalukuyan. Yun ang pagtuunan natin ng pansin. Panahon ni Digong, hindi ganun kalala ang baha. Oo, may baha. Kaso yung babaha ngayon, maya-maya wala na. Gumagana yung mga pumping station eh. Pero ngayon, hindi.
To a lot of them. No, and I'm fortunate that I have 3 that I can speak to just try to understand and try to really find the good people who I'm sure are there. We just have to find them.
Okay, all right. So let's talk about some of the district engineers, for example. Have you started? I know you're 48 hours, maybe 72 hours into the job, but has there been...
24, really.
24. Yeah. Oo. Pero Sunday kasi alam nyo na eh, so binilang ko na po yun. Have you started any investigation?
Well, when you say investigation, I have asked, because first of all, I have to bring a team. I have to bring a new team. No, and I'm already saying that I will be bringing a top management level team, meaning undersecretaries, assistant secretaries, in. But I have already asked some of them who I am going to be bringing in to already start looking at what we have seen already. I mean, first of all, there's a lot, and we're very thankful to Congress, the Senate and Congress, that a lot of the things that have been coming out. We obviously have some district engineers from Bulacan who have already appeared in the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee. We have contractors that have been called. So we have to start there. And I've spoken to some senators already, and I'm asking for their help because I'm going to need that. But I think right now I am focused really on from within. No?
House cleaning.
That has to be the focus. No? And that's what the president told me. No, we have to focus on cleaning up from within. And district engineers, regional directors, directors, bureau heads, and obviously going up the chain, ASEX, USEX. So we have to find out.
But you said you already have USEX and ASEX in mind. You're bringing in a new team.
Yes.
Yes. How many so far do you have?
Right now, I have about 3.
3.
That I've already convinced, and I will be, in the next few days, submitting them to the Office of the President for appointment, for
Obviously,
vetting and appointment.
People that you trust.
Yes.
You're not going to name them.
I'd rather not, Pinky. I'd rather not, but because obviously.
But they're not coming from the DOTR.
No. There is one.
There's one.
But not from DOTR Central, from somewhere else.
I see. Okay.
But within the agency.
Okay, so we'll wait for that. Fair enough.
Yes.
You have 3 so far, but to have a good team to house clean, how many do you think you need?
More than 3.
Yeah.
At least I think maybe close to 10 people. I think key positions have to be filled.
All right.
And yes, and obviously I need to bring in consultants. This is a very, it's a huge agency, as I said. But I really, unlike DOTR, which are mostly foreign-assisted projects, because these are the big tickets, the subway, the NSCR, and a lot of PPPs. DPWH is mostly locally funded projects. By and large, it's local. And to be quite frank, I need help there. I need people who understand those types of projects, because I'm more exposed to the big-ticket flagship foreign-funded projects and PPPs.
Yeah. I want to go back to what you were saying about house cleaning, and that some of the budget are still going to possibly be bidded out for 2025. Di ba? That's what you said
Yes.
a while ago.
Yes.
How are you going to assure now the public that whatever is bidded out, doon po sa natitirang pera, funding for 2025, will be, number 1, a legitimate bid, number 2, a contractor that will not use substandard materials, and number 3, that they will not, siguro malabo na yung ghost, matatakot na po sila sa ghost ngayon, pero baka yung substandard at yung
correct.
rigging ng bidding, how can you assure us that this won't happen?
First of all, I think I will need to put a pause to the current procurement. That's, I think, that just is I think, the right thing to do. Knowing everything that has happened already, we have to pause that.
Okay.
And we have to quickly, but we cannot pause it too long, because these projects most of them are legitimate projects that need to be built.
Okay.
And we're already so far behind a lot of these projects that we have to do things quickly. So, but we need to pause it, because I think we need to, first of all, I need to see what the rules of procurement are in DPWH. I need to look at the bids and awards committees that are there. Ilan ba sila? No, sino ba sila?
That's very important.
Very important. No, very important.
Yung back.
And ano yung proseso? No? Ano yung proseso nila dyan? No?
Well,
I have to find that out. So we have to pause, we have to review, and if we see something that we feel is not right, we have to revise those procedures.
But you got to do it fast.
But
no?
we have to do it fast, because these projects, need building. They need to be built.
Will you allow multiple contractors bidding for the same project that could be connected to one family? I'll name it. For example, sir, the PCIJ already came out with a report that there is about, the Diskaya Link companies bagged about 31 billion
Yes.
pesos from 2022 to 2025. This is based on the Sumbong
31 billion pesos. Pambihira. Itong mga kumpanya ng mga Diskaya, 31 billion. Wala namang kwenta yun eh. Kakarampot lang yun doon sa 1 trillion.
sa Pangulo website. And then that coming in second place is the Link companies bagging 15.7 billion pesos. Ito po yung sa Link companies. So the question is, during the Senate investigation, napaamin po ng, I think
Yes,
it's
I saw
Senator Jinggoy,
Yes.
I think, napaamin po niya si Sara Diskaya na multiple companies that they own
Bidding for the same project.
actually bid for the same project. Is that going to be allowed?
No. No way. That's collusion. Pinky, that's not allowed under our laws. Hindi pwede yun.
Yun.
Yun ang moro-moro o biding-bidingan. Kasi sika-sika naglalaban, hindi totoong bidding yun, hindi ba? So that should never be allowed.
How about a contractor who has a company that will bid, and yung pong kapatid niya may ibang construction company, gusto din magbid?
It's the same.
At yung pinsan po nung papayagan yung
It's the same. No. Hindi dapat.
So up to what degree ang
Well, we will
ipagbabawal
have to look
ninyo?
at the laws. No, we will have to look at the what is allowed, what is not allowed. Pero to me, lokohan yun eh. Lokohan yun eh. And it cannot be.
Okay.
And the problem is, and the president has said this, I mean, this has to end. Enough is enough. So that cannot be allowed.
All right.
And that's why we need to pause.
The 15 companies that the president named who are touted to be the top 15 contractors in the website of the Sumbong sa Pangulo, have you looked into them, the top 15 at least for now, sir? Kasi ang dami naman
Yes.
po niyan talaga.
We're starting to look already, and again, thankful for the Senate investigations and now the House investigations. We are getting, because that's public record. We're getting the information, we're getting the evidence, at least from what we see, and that points us hopefully in the right direction.
Are you looking at blacklisting any of
Yes.
these 15?
Well, again, I said it in the first briefing I had yesterday. To me, if it's a ghost project, that is automatic. It's automatic. And that's, I think, what we're going to focus on in the next couple of weeks. Because I know I've gotten reports of anywhere between 50 to 70
What's
of
50 to
them.
70?
Ghost projects.
50.
To 50 to
50 to 70. Okay.
Yeah, and I have to find that out. We have to verify. We have to look. We have to see, and we have to, once we see it's a ghost, I don't think there's any need for an investigation for that.
You were there in Bulacan with the president.
Yes.
There was a ghost project
No,
there.
in those two that I was, it was
Substandard.
clearly substandard. I mean, that was when the president just used his hand and the concrete
Cemento.
crumbled in his hands. No, so but if it's ghost, I mean, hindi na yung